Hello everyone, so today I'm going to be just giving you a base bow tutorial. I figured that if I did some of the base bow tutorials separate, it might help to make some of my really long and more complicated tutorials a little bit more shorter and easier to follow for you guys. So this base bow I'm showing you today is going to be the double looped base bow, and that is the one with the two tails coming out from the bottom. So I've got my two tails cut here and this long piece for the main part of the bow, and this is a 1.5 inch wide ribbon or 4 centimeters wide, and the two tail pieces are cut to 10 centimeters in length or 4 inches in length, and that is 2 pieces. And then the main part of the bow again is 4 centimeters wide or 1.5 inch, and this is cut to 48 centimeters in length or 19 inches in length, and that is 1 piece. First of all, I'm going to heat seal all of the ends on my ribbon, so using a lighter, just run it along all of the edges on all of your pieces of ribbon, and then I'm going to set the two tail pieces aside whilst we work on the first part of the bow. So taking this 48 centimeter piece, I'm going to fold it in half to find the centre. Again, I'm going to use a little bit of heat from a lighter just to mark a crease in there where the centre is, like that. And now we're going to join the two ends up, but we're not just going to join them up because we need a figure of 8. So to find how the ends join, I'm just going to grab a pin here and set it down ready. You want to take the top end of the ribbon and lay it over your hand, and then we're going to wrap it round twice, and on the second go round is where you'll join the ends. So lay it over your hand, wrap it under, over, under again, and then on this go is where the two ends meet. So overlap them by around 1 centimetre and pop that pin in to keep those ends in place. So now you've got like this figure of 8 with your ends joined, and now where this crease is and where these two are joined, you want to keep them centrally across the bow, and we want to bring these two sides together to line up. So we're just going to bring them together so that both of the ends are in line. And making sure that this crease and where these joined are roughly in the middle. Taking a couple of clips, I'm just going to clip across those ends, and that will just hold them in place. So it looks like this now on the underside, and then we're going to flip it over, and you can then see that this crease is in line where these two just cross over, so we know that that is nice and central. And also this piece here where they're joined is also in line with where these two cross over, so we're all nice and central. If you're not central at this stage, you can always unclip the clips again and slide these so that it is all central. Next, I'm just going to fold this in half again. We can already see where the centre is, but I'm just going to give it another little squeeze so we can see the centre across this piece as well. And this is where we can now add our tails. So our tails, you can have them coming out from whichever side you like. You can have them coming out from the top of the bow, the bottom. As a rule, I like mine coming out from the bottom left. So taking my two tails, making sure they're facing the correct way. I want my heart one on the top. You can have whichever way round you like. I'm just going to pop these two together, use my lighter just to bond those ends together by melting the fibres. so that they're just joined together for now. And then I'm going to lay them over this crease that I just made, so they're overlapping this side slightly, and this corner is just in line with where these cross over, and it is also in line with this diagonal piece here, so it's all in line. So this corner again is in line with where these cross over, and these two pieces are in line with this diagonal piece coming down. I'll just grab another clip just to hold that in place, and now we're ready to sew all the way across this middle. So grabbing my needle, and I've got some strong thread and a knot at the end. I'm going to do 10 stitches across the middle, so 2, 6 in the middle, then another 2. Go right beside that pin for 1, back out for 2, and then I'm going to keep this pinched with my hands whilst I remove this pin. That's 2 stitches, 3, catching the corner where these overlap, four, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, keeping it pinched whilst I remove that clip. And then our last 2 in this area here. So that's 10 stitches altogether. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now you can remove the 2 end clips as well. And then pull that tight to form the pinch in the middle. And then I'm just going to wrap that around a couple of times to hold it all in place. Pull it tight, and I'm just going to go through on this underside. Before I pull it tight, I'm going to go through this loose loop a couple of times, and that will form a knot to hold that all in place. Trim off the excess thread, and when I flip this over, you've then got your base bow. For most big hair bows, I'll show you the finished size of this bow. So this is 12 centimeters wide across the loops, or just over 4.5 inches, and if you include the tails, it's around 14.5 centimeters, or 5.5 inches if you include the width of the tails. And then the tails on the finished bow, you can then trim them with spikes, or you can trim one this way, then the other that way. You can do a fancy wobbly edge pattern, but I'm going to leave mine like this for now because I'm now going to finish this off with a hair bow. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and if you press the bell button, that will turn on notifications. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.